did you call glass on that?
My friend, with my name, I'm happy.
These games all come down to the wire, it feels like, for us this year. And we've probably lost 4 or 5 that we should have won. Maybe we've won 1 or 2 that we shouldn't have. But, yeah, these are gut punches for sure.
When you lose hope, like, we're not there. When you lose hope in yourself as a team, that's when the conversation changes. We're not there. It's frustrating because you do play the what-if game, and we could be 21-13 right now. Even with the record we are now, we know we can compete.
Senior NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski is here with us alongside our senior writers Brian Windhorst and Zach Lowe. There is so much to sift through here. I was wondering, is this the worst Golden State loss of the season, is what I was asking myself. They have blown 4 18-point leads this season, Brian. What are your impressions? What are your takeaways from watching that?
Well, I was taken aback by the Nuggets in this game because this was a team that, they could have given up on this game. It wouldn't have been a big deal, but they've been playing really good basketball. They haven't gotten a lot of attention because they don't ask for a lot of attention. This was like a walk-off win. Like, you hear that, you see that in baseball. That's what this was. They had to walk off the court and they were celebrating at like home plate. And they've now won 6 in a row on the road, 11 of 13 overall. And what impressed me about this, they gave up a huge third-quarter run. They got outscored by 20 points in the third quarter. How many times have the Warriors done that to teams over the last decade?
Yeah.
Knocked them out. This team doesn't get knocked out. And that was what I took away from this game. The Nuggets are still as strong as they've ever been.
You know what? We have a lot of conversations about all-time greats, MVPs, what coaches ranks. And we put Steve Kerr in his all-time great for as a coach, right, because of the dynasty and the run and things to that nature. But I'm hesitant and reluctant to say that he's not an all-time great. And he's been showing that time and time again. Okay, yes, he has won championships, but he has Kevin Durant. He has Steph Curry. We talk arguably 2 of the greatest players to ever touch the damn basketball. Steve Kerr's record without Steph Curry is like 64 and 103, which is terrible. But last night, what I saw outside of Murray and Jokic cooking the Golden State Warriors, I saw Aaron Gordon go for 30, and majority of those points were in the paint. Why am I looking at Aaron Gordon? Because you benched your young guy in Jonathan Kuminga, 19 minutes. He had 16, 4, and 4, was playing great basketball. You got to match athleticism with athleticism. And what Steve Kerr has is he has abandonment problem. Yeah, abandonment issues. That's what he has. He abandons his young players from growing. Like, you have to let them grow. Greg Popovich then went through the process of letting young players grow and letting them turn out to be great players. And even if that was in other situations, DeJounte Murray, Derek White, right? Like, you got to develop these young players. And Steve Kerr, from time and time again, continuously to go away from the process of these young players, and that's what cost them last night.
Zach, do you think that's what cost them?
Well, first of all, did we just get an impromptu perk word of the day there? That was very exciting.
Well, I appreciate it,
Second of
Zach.
all, you got it, Perk. Mm-hmm. He is playing Brandon Pajemski quite a bit. But look, the longer this goes on, the more surprising it is that the Warriors even got to the second round of the playoffs last year, because this team has known almost nothing but turmoil since the moment Draymond Green punched Jordan Poole in a practice and the video got out. And to Perk's point, I'm just watching Aaron Gordon. I don't know if it was daddy ball or big brother ball or older cousin ball, but he was doing something hurtful to the Warriors, play after play after play in the fourth quarter. And you know me, Malika, Tim Legler and I want the T-shirts made.
Yes.
We're Jonathan Kuminga fans. I'm sitting there saying to myself, where is Jonathan Kuminga? And at some point, the turmoil just becomes too much. The roster turmoil, the ins and outs, the suspensions, the guys going in and out of the rotation being frustrated about it. It just kind of overtakes your team. And here's where we are with the Warriors. James Wiseman, gone. Jonathan Kuminga, benched. Moses Moody, out of the rotation. The 2 timelines thing just has not materialized at all, and their current season is on the brink of getting a little bit out of their control and them falling too far behind.
Draymond Green, reinforcements could be on the way as he is nearing his return. What more can you tell us there?
Yeah, he's been away from the Warriors since the suspension. He'll have missed his 12th game tonight, since the suspension started mid-December. But I'm told he's expected to return to the team's facility here in the coming days, imminently. And then he'll start his ramp-up to get back in game shape. And then ultimately, he's got to get a final okay from Adam Silver to be restored into the league and play again. But it is not far off. And, if you're the Warriors, you're hoping, and Steph Curry said it, we don't have an identity right now, that Draymond Green helps you get that back and that he brings order to this team, not more chaos, because it was chaotic. The suspensions going back to last year, what's happened this year. And so that is some hope for the Warriors. But again, it's got to be a Draymond Green who comes back and starts to help put this group and this season back together.
Right, because I think that Zach laid it out kind of perfectly. It does feel like there is something that is hanging in the balance for Golden State right now. And then when Draymond Green comes back, where does that leave Golden State?
Well, they need his defense because this team, they weren't a great defensive team when he got suspended. They've been, frankly, a poor defensive team in this last 11 games. They've ranked 24th in the league in defense these last 11 games. They need his difference making at the defensive end. I think what's frustrating for Steve Kerr is he actually thought like they got some traction. They started using Podziemski. They started using Trace Jackson-Davis. Jonathan Kuminga was playing a bigger role. They got on that winning streak. They've even, gotten Klay Thompson a little bit out of his slump. He's still not home, but he's playing a little bit better. And this losing streak right here has lost all of that momentum and has really now got them in a position where they're a team on a losing run when Draymond's coming back instead of what they were hoping for.
Why are you shaking your head and sighing, Burke?
Because we as in the world want this team to be back to that championship caliber team so bad. And it don't matter if Draymond is coming back. It don't matter if they decide to bring Bob Myers back. Jesus Christ cannot save what's going on with the Golden State Warriors.
Don't kick dirt on a dynasty too soon.
I will. I didn't already put flowers on it because it's too much going on, right, internally. When you have guys like Jonathan Kuminga that are speaking out publicly, who, by the way, that's lack of professionalism on his part because he hasn't done a damn thing to be speaking out on anything, right? Handle those behind closed doors. But when you have guys like, Klay Thompson is dealing with what he's dealing with the front office, Draymond Green, now you expecting Draymond Green to come back and be somewhat of a savior? No, that's not going to happen. This team, this dynasty has ran its course, and we just have to face the facts. They're right here in front of us.
Maybe, but it's a long season, and these guys got a pedigree. I would rather be late than early in a situation like this.
Klay Thompson is playing much better, and people were writing Klay Thompson off early this season. He's playing much better. As Brian said, when Draymond Green played, he's played really well, and Steph Curry is still Steph Curry. This is a team, listen, there's chaos sometimes very out in public with organizations. Sometimes it's very private. Generally, it's everywhere in the NBA. Sometimes you're hearing about it, sometimes you're not. These things can turn. This is still a group that has a chance to get it right. Now, are they as good as the very best in the West? I don't think they are. But the idea that this is going to just dissolve into a team that falls out of the playoffs, I'm not buying that.
Malika,
especially with the play-in tournament, the invention of that's 4 teams.
You got Golden State doing something this year? Yes or no? It's a simple yes or no.
What is doing something?
No, I'm saying
championship or nothing? Is that the only
But that's the only thing that you think about when you think about the Golden State Warriors when it comes down to Klay, Steph, and Draymond Green. A simple yes or no. Do you have them doing it?
If the definition of doing things is championship, then right now, no. That would not.
What about you, Wendy? Yes or no? Just yes or no?
No, I don't think.
Okay, Woj, yes or no?
But I think
just yes or no? Yes or no?
It's not the only judgment of whether a team, a season has success. It's not a disaster.
Zach, yes or no?
No, I'm just going to say no, Perk.
Thank you.
By the way, I think they would. I've said before, I think they would have lost in the first round last year if De'Aaron Fox didn't break his finger in the middle of the series. And that's no shame. The Kings are good. Look, this team won the title 2 years ago, just 2 years ago. And with every passing day, that becomes more and more of a magical and remarkable achievement because the minute that series ended, they just haven't been able to recapture for more than 5, 10, 15 games what got them there. And a couple of things have happened. They've gotten older, and they've obviously experienced a lot of internal turmoil, starting with the Draymond Jordan Poole thing. And the West has gotten better all around them, starring the team that beat them last night that was riddled with injuries for 2 straight playoff runs, one of which ended in a Warriors title. That's a great championship. It was a magical moment. It was a crowning achievement for Steph Curry. And since that game ended, that Game 6 in Boston, this team just hasn't been the same. That's just a fact.
Yeah.